So now that I know what I have in my t-shirt,
Yeah, sit relax.
no, it's nice.
Yeah, sun
Japanese sun,
yeah.
and the wave here. Yeah.
Actually, I have a wave picture.
Oh yeah, that's very Japanese. Oh my god, I didn't notice all these details here.
Is it the same one? It's the same one?
Yeah, it's very popular. Why?
Yeah, it's done by the famous. This type of art is called the ukiyo-e,
Yeah.
and then this one's done by the famous ukiyo-e artist back when in the yeah. So that's why.
Very nice picture. I like it. Actually, there's a emoji, right, about that in WhatsApp, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, emoji. You know what? That's funny thing. Like emoji is Japanese, and then not a lot of people know. Emoji is like
Oh, it's now that I'm thinking, it sounds very Japanese.
right, and then actually, e means picture, emoji means letter or character. So picture, character. So emoji, like in English we say emoji.
Yeah, yeah.
Emoji is actually Japanese. It's like a tsunami, you know.
Yeah. Wow.
And like, wow, it's a revelation. I didn't know that.
Wow. Okay. We're learning many things today. I like it. Talking a little bit more specifically about Japan, what were the things you missed the most when living in the USA? Let me take a guess, because many Japanese people, they talk about these I forgot the name. How are they called, these Japanese shops, 24 hours shops thing?
Konbini?
Yeah, the kombinis. Yeah. I'm guessing that's one of the things you might have missed. Correct me if I'm wrong. And other than that, I would say the food. I think you mentioned that before, so can we get into that?
Yeah, sure.
Could you explain, first of all, what is a konbini store for those who don't know?
So convenience store is, so we shorten for konbini.
Ah, right.
Yes, that's coming from convenience store. That's another thing that is speaking English with the heavy Japanese accent.
Yeah.
So they sell all the hot foods and cold food and desserts, and you don't even like go to supermarket. So actually, I heard that the apartment building in the same if it's in the same building, if there's a konbini, you have to pay more because it's very convenient. You can get stuff 24/7.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I didn't really realize that was such a fantastic thing until I moved out of country. And like, oh my gosh, if I want to, drink or eat something at the middle of the night, everything's closed. But in Japan, we go to konbini, or we need something like not just food, but other stuff like I don't know, like a skin lotion or something, Oh my gosh, I'm out of skin lotion. And then even though that's 2 a.m. in the morning.
Shampoo, whatever, right?
Yeah, shampoo, yeah. Go to the konbini and then get it. And yeah. And then so like, my students who are studying Japanese, when they go to Japan, one thing that they're really looking forward to is going to konbini and experience. It is what it is. If I can't get shampoo in the middle of the night,
I'll buy it in the morning.
I'm not gonna. So I'm accustomed to that.
Good.
Yeah, but I don't know. Safety is definitely something.
Oh,
that
true. I missed that one.
Because like I never felt that I might get robbed or something like that bad happened to me when I was walking down the street. So like whenever I go to foreign countries, if I have a backpack, I don't want to wear it on the back. I have to I want to hold it so that no one can know anything. But that's not an issue in Japan. No one's gonna steal anything from your backpack. You don't need to hold it. You can leave, the bags or cell phone, whatever your belong to the table, and then not attended for a while, and then it's still gonna be there when you come back to the table. So that's Japan.
The cleanliness is always mentioned when you talk about your trip to Japan. In my country, for instance, you can see many like cigarettes, many things, too many things in the mountains, and that's something, I don't know, whenever I see such things, especially in open places, in like plazas, in the mountain, like it's annoying, you know. But as we were mentioning before, the way you like educate the society or something like that, because the same way nobody throws, or almost nobody throws anything to the floor in Japan,
right?
In
shocked.
Spain, why does many people do that? Like, you can see, like, many people can do the same thing, and in another country many people can't do the same exact thing. So there must be a reason behind there.
When I first came to Europe traveling, I forgot, I think it could be France, I don't know, I don't remember, but people throw in trash on the street, and then I was talking with the local person, and then you don't do this, and and he said, no, it's okay, if I don't throw trash, there are people who has a job cleaning the street, and they will lose the job or something like that's their excuse. But that's and then even here in the US, if I go to New York City, I see trash everywhere on the street, and I felt like so dirty. And then this time I went to Japan, and I realized that how clean. And then I noticed, and this is something that's bothering me a little bit, that there's no trash can in Japan.
Yeah, that's true. I know.
And then so when you have when you eat a gum and then you're trying to throw away, you have to wait until there are only certain spots, like a station, no trash bin at the park. You're supposed to take your trash home and throw away. And then I was wondering why that's the case. And then the thing is in Japan, group, or the harmony, living in the harmony as a group is so important. It's a group's belonging, and then you can't trash that. And then also I don't know, you have the custom of Japanese school system, but we clean our own school building. And the bathroom. So we are kind of drilled into cleaning something that you use, and keep, return it after you use, return it as it was before using. So that's the courtesy. So that was, that concept is drilled into when you were, when you entered school, and then that's very different, Also the toilet, public bathroom. Very different, very clean.
And there are many, right, in Japan?
Yeah, there are many. And then right now at this point, most of public bathroom come with the, how do you call it, like a bidet? Bidet, So that's unthinkable in this country, in the US.
Doesn't make sense because it will get very dirty. It doesn't make sense. If you see how dirty everything is in a bathroom sometimes, why would you add a bidet? It doesn't make sense.
Right. Yeah. So in general, I don't know, people trust people in Japan, They trust, they use it clean. So
right, so this one I'm very curious about it. It's actually a sort of a mix with the next question I'm gonna ask. But when you visited Japan again after you moved, the first time you went back to Japan for visiting your family, for tourism, I mean tourism is your country, but you get me, right? How did you feel? Did you feel like everything made sense again? Or did you just get used to the States? So it's very important to analyze and see what was your feeling. Did you have feelings of missing so many things? Did you have even did you have like a feeling like you even felt better when being in the US? What was, because I'm wondering if you had like mixed emotions or something.
Definitely, because I experienced living in both countries and I see both good things and bad things in both countries. So when I, like, soon after, like the first time I came back to Japan after going to the US to get a master, I still feel like I'm super Japanese. So I feel like, oh, like I'm home kind of thing. The house size is very different, you know.
True.
You know, try to have this size of a house in Japan, you have to, you know, fork up millions of dollars. But here it's very affordable. So that I thought, like, if I have to live in Japan, okay, then I have to, you know, I have to be, you know, dealing with these small spaces, you know, minimalism, and definitely that came from, you know, from the space issue. But I feel like at this point I live here for so long. So right now I feel like I don't belong to either of the countries.
Oh, interesting.
You know, if I go back to Japan, so this time I'm a, you know, unintentionally, you know, I have picked up American culture or American way. So I don't fit in probably. I mean, I will eventually if I start living there for a while. But at the beginning, probably I feel, for example, I speak loud in the public, and then that's not what Japanese people do. But I like talk loudly on the, you know, on the train or something. Like, whoops, you know, that's something I shouldn't do in Japan. You know, you shouldn't pick up the call on a train.
Yeah,
in
I know.
Japan. So, but I accidentally pick up the call and like, whoops, that's not what I'm supposed to do. So that kind of stuff. So I'm not 100% fully Japanese on the day one when I'm in Japan. And on the other hand, when I'm in the US living here, I'm very Japanese, like, you know, compared to other Americans. Like, I'm pretty quiet at a meeting, you know, I don't really speak up, you know, unless I was asked to speak. I'm not fully American in, you know, in the US, but I'm not super Japanese at the same time. So it kind of, as you say, like kind of mixed, you know?
Don't you feel more Japanese, like a slightly more Japanese, or?
I think it depends on the situation. Sometimes I'm very, very Japanese. Like when you're dealing with like a customer service, like that kind of spirit. So I sacrifice myself for the sake of my customer or client or my students.
Yeah.
And then probably American teachers won't do that, but I would do it, you know, as a professionalism. And that makes the difference, and that makes me as a, how do I say, like a rare commodity in the job market in the United States, and which is good. So I'm very still Japanese in that sense.
If you think about yourself, there must be some things that after you do some things, you might think, oh, the thing I just did, that was so Japanese, or the thing I just did, that was so American, right? So
Yeah.
do you have any examples, or in what sense do you feel more Japanese, and in what things, or after doing what things do you feel more American or something?
When I ask someone to do something, like asking a favor or something, I do it very indirectly, and that's very Japanese. So
Like what?
for example, I'm in the same car, you know, someone's driving, I'm in the passenger seat, I feel hot. So I either want to open the window or turn on the AC.
Yeah.
And then I'm very Japanese way, and I cannot really ask can I turn on the AC or can I open the window at the very first sentence. My first sentence is gonna be, do you feel hot?
That's so Japanese. That's so Japanese.
And if the driver is Japanese, he or she get it. Okay. Oh, that means that she's feeling hot. I need to take care of the temperature, So the next sentence from Japanese, it's gonna be, oh, do you want me to turn on the AC or do you want me to open the window? So that's gonna be the answer. But when I was, driving with my husband, he now gets it. We've been together for such a long time, so he now gets it. But at the beginning of our relationship, I said something like that, and then his answer was, "No, I don't feel hot."
And that's it.
Yeah. Like, okay, now I really have to ask directly. Can I open the window?
Yeah, that's something very Japanese. Very Japanese.